All right, Pistons time. I hate
Your
that
time to shine now.
It's the problem is I don't have a player that I love at this spot. The guy who I think we're gonna probably take is Buzelis. He's 7th on my board.
Yeah.
I don't really think that Ron Holland's the type of guy you want to go with. I don't really think that Zach Edey's 5th on my board, but
Can I say
different.
this? Not to
Yeah.
pour salt in the wound of
Yeah.
y'all guys getting the 5th pick
Yeah.
again, but it kind of, to me, my top, like, Devin Carter is 4th on my board. He was never going to be a top 4 pick. Like, I understand that. So it's like, to me, those 4 guys, Sarr, Reese, Shea, Castle, and Shepard, are clearly the best 4 of, like,
yeah, I agree.
Like, Castle, maybe, like, I'm sorry. Klingon, I'm not super high on. Buzelis is 7th on my board, but
yeah.
Like,
here's the thing about Buzelis, and we might talk about him too much, and he doesn't end up getting picked by them. He's confident. He's good in transition. I think his playmaking is really good. His creation is pretty good. He's shifty. I actually like his finishing, and I mean, he only shot 26% from 3, but I think there's upside there. But it's also like, is he able to be a good defender? Is he able to actually finish with his frame? Is he actually able to handle the ball? Because he can get a little out of control sometimes. So, like, if you buy a player like that on the Pistons who already are full of players like that, like Jaden Ivey's really, really good. He can get out of control sometimes. I mean, you and I have talked about this a lot. The Pistons have Cade Cunningham and a bunch of players who we don't even know if they're NBA players.
Yeah.
And I feel like they need it. I wouldn't be upset if they trade back eventually, or if this pick gets
I would
traded
love
down the
for them
line.
to trade back.
I want that.
Like,
if they trade back and got
and
like
take Dalton Connect at that spot. Oh, I would.
And Dalton Connect's low on my board, but I'd take it right now just because of the shooting. Like, I don't want another guy that needs the ball in his hands to flourish, especially when you don't have the knockdown shooting ability.
Yeah, or trade back and take like a.
Let me tell you, if we get Donovan Clingan, I'd be pretty beside myself. Now we need rim protection, and I know people
keep showing him on the ESPN
broadcast. I know people are high on Donovan Clingan. I know they're high on him. I'm not high on him, so that's the only reason why I'd be upset, I guess. Hopefully he works out.
You already have Jalen Duren and Stewie.
Yeah, but Jalen Duren's not that great of a paint. I mean, his numbers inside are really bad. Our rim protection's terrible, absolutely awful. Beef Stew's more of a 4 than he is a 5 in terms of defense.
Something I heard a lot throughout the process is like, I can't imagine the Pistons taking another guy that can't shoot.
Right. So you either got to get a shooter or go rim protection,
but like, who would you take as a shooter here?
Exactly. Like, so you'd have to reach and get Dalton Connect, which I don't remember where he's on my board. He's like 17. Where is he?
Yeah, something like that.
18 for me. So like, and that's nothing against him because I think he can shoot the hell out of the ball. It's just I don't believe his defense and I don't believe his foot speed and his creation. But I think he can shoot. He'll be able to shoot at the NBA level, but he's not Reed Shepard.
Here are your boys.
Oh, I thought they were about to pick. I was
no. I just wanted
clutching my chest.
I just wanted to show you the boys real quick.
So I mean, I hope they trade back. Let me see if they trade back. Actually, you should check so that I don't see who they pick.
Yeah, let's check.
Yeah, that's the way to go about it. I mean, if they trade back here and you trade back and you get Dalton Connect, then I think that's probably a better thing. But they just need NBA players. They need vets. Oh, here we go. All right.
With the 5th pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Ron Holland II from Dallas, Texas, and the NBA.
I saw the pick beforehand on Twitter.
I saw your face, and I was like, it's either Clingan or it's somebody else. Listen, all right, let me get this out of the way. I think Ron Holland, although he's 6th on my board, I think he has a much higher ceiling than Buzelis does. Ron Holland, though, like we just said, we can't imagine the Pistons taking a guy who can't shoot the ball. Ron Holland shot 24% from 3. So it's like you got Sarr who shot 18% from 3 last year, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you got this guy shooting 24%. You got Ivy. You got Ivy, who's not a knockdown 3-point shooter, although he can kind of hit it. And then you got Cade, who's
Jalen Duren.
Jalen Duren. You got Isaiah Stewart might be the leading 3-point shooter on our team outside Cade.
Just wait till you get Tim Hardaway Jr. Just wait. Then all the problems are solved.
That's fine. Salary dump, whatever. But let me talk about the upsides for Ron Holland first.
Go ahead.
Defense,
because we both have him 6th on our board.
Yeah, he's 6th for a reason. I have him defended to Andre Iguodala in his prime. I think defensively he'll be able to guard 1 through 4. I think he can even hang around like guarding the 5. Sometimes he's 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan. Like That's really good. Playmaking, I think it's there. Athleticism, it's there. Obviously, he's 18, not even 19 yet, and the upside is obviously enticing. But again, you're getting more and more players that the upside is always enticing. Jaden Ivey's like the same type of archetype. Asar is the same type of archetype, a guy that's really athletic and can play make and can get downhill. And they're all things that I love. All things that I love. But shooting, man. Shooting.
Okay. Trading back would have been my number one choice for the Pistons. They did.
Agreed.
Second choice, though, Ron. Like I have.
I'm not like Ron Holland's.
Like, this might be best case scenario here.
It's highest ceiling for sure.
Quality and player ceiling.
Yeah.
Ron Holland has it. He has the motor. He has the defensive mentality that honestly not a ton of Pistons have. Defensively, like he's a little raw around the edges defensively, but he's a dog. He'll get into.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
Defense.
Thank you. You're talking him up.
His ass off. And I think that is very valuable. Like he was a top 3 player coming out of high school 2 years ago for a reason. Now he's the number 5 pick in the draft. I'm fine betting on his on his upside here as a guy who can get downhill, high level athlete, high motor, 44 dunks in 29 games. A lot of those were in transition, and I don't know, you'd know better than me in terms of the Pistons transition offense, but
our offense was garbage last year.
You have a guy who can now grab and go to that level. And he's a good rebounder. So without the coach, Ron Holland.
Without the coach, we don't really know how the Pistons are going to play. Obviously, you're able to run the floor with Jaden Ivey. Obviously, Cade's able to do what Cade can do in transition. But Monty was just old school coach, and it just didn't look good at all. Now, if they're able to, if they actually play fast, like and play exciting, I'm all in. But now you have a guy. You're kind of on the wing. You got Asar. You got Ron Holland.
You're right.
I think
100%.
there's going to be a reckoning. I think now. In terms
they need
of
to consolidate. That's the
exactly.
word.
Exactly. And there's definitely going to be some trades. But to your point, I think offensively now what he can do, he's a playmaker, like really, really good playmaker. Basically went from high school player to overnight primary ball handler in the G League. So
I think he has playmaking potential. I don't know if he's there.
I like his playmaking. I'm really high on his playmaking though.
Okay.
Athleticism, I think he's able to cut really well and fill lanes really well. So like those are instantly things that I think he does really well that a lot of players, like you said on the Pistons, don't do that well. And he is a dog. So now that you've kind of talked me into a little bit, because I didn't like Buzelis here at 5. Ron Holland's definitely.
I wouldn't have liked Buzelis
definitely
at 5 either.
Yeah.
I don't like Holland is the best available. If you're drafting here, he's the best available.
Yeah.
I have Devin Carter higher, sure, but like who cares? Ron Holland is a higher upside for sure. To talk a little bit more like of the negatives on my side, not super comfortable driving with his left. I'm interested to see like what level of ball handler he can be. Like he is 6'7", so in theory, like you should be able to handle like maybe.
See, that's why I like it. I like his ball handling a lot.
So you're buying the ball handling and the creation a little bit more than me. But the shooting is like for Pistons fans who don't know, it's just like I have given up any hope of Ron Holland being a good shooter. I think Steph Pascal has a better shot of being a shooter. I have to go. Oh, I think Buzelis has a better chance of being a shooter. There's one more that I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but like.
For comparison between Buzelis and Ron Holland attempted 3.3 attempts, basically made almost 24% chance or 24%. And then Buzelis shot 3.4, made 0.9, 26%. But his shot definitely looks better. I mean, Holland kind of puts like both hands on the ball. It's not really a consistent jump shot.
It goes left, right, short. I think I wish I could remember the stat. It was some stupid number. His shot, like almost like 20%, I think it was, that were either all backboard or air ball.
Now, I will say, going from the high school 3-point line, he shot 43% in high school. Yeah, going from that to the NBA 3-point line is a big difference.
Fair.
So, and the Pistons just they just hired, I forgot the shooting coach's name already from the Pelicans, but he's done wonders with a lot of players. Lonzo is one of them.
He's gonna have to do a lot of wonders here. He's gonna have to between a wonder of the world
between Asar and Ron Holland. It's gonna be interesting. But no, you've talked me into liking this pick a lot more. So thank you. It's not the end of the world. I think I'm just tired of being 5th. So
yeah, that would piss me off more than because like imagine Reed Shepherd. Ooh, sorry, I don't want to like just bring random players onto your. But like, imagine Zachary Reese. Sorry. But anyways,